By now, you've seen the video of that Central Park lady who, when asked by a bird watcher to leash her dog, called the cops on him.
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Please tell them whatever you like.
There is an African-American man. I'm in Central Park. He is recording me and threatening myself and my dog. And I'm sorry, I can't hear you either. I'm being threatened by a man in the ramble. Please send the cops immediately.
Well, that poor dog. She seemed fixated by race. You could say that's part of IDing someone to the police, but it sounded more like she was using it to gin up a false allegation. Along with horribly manhandling her poor dog, she became the prime example of what people call a Karen, a person quick to complain to the manager, the dope who makes a scene about nothing, and not much of a dog owner. It backfired. She lost her job and her dog. Is there any satisfaction to be found in this? Maybe. She seems the type who no doubt has dished out the grief she's getting now. And her mistake isn't small. If this hadn't been filmed, the black man could have been arrested, she could have lied some more, and shots could have been fired. Instead, the phone saved him and ruined her. So is this damage proportional? She is a jerk, an oddball, and maybe even a bigot. But she apologized profusely. So why not forgive her? Because that's what the birdwatcher did. Of her apology, he said, quote, "If it's genuine, and if she plans on keeping her dog on a leash in the ramble going forward, then we have no issues with each other." Now, that's not bad. If he can do it, so can you. And if you don't, then you're kind of being a Karen too, a judgmental person embracing outrage because it feels good. So don't be a bully. Be the bird watcher. And remember, we all have bad days. Lucky for us, a lot of them never get filmed. Jesse, everybody knows a Karen. Sometimes people even are Karens. Are you a Karen sometimes?
I'm not going to answer that stupid question. I will tell you this. I'm not crazy about either of these people. Number one, the guy's a bird watcher. I mean,
God.
How many bird watchers are in prison right now? Probably zero. They're the most peaceful people in the world. Okay? Yeah. She didn't need to do that. I guess she shouldn't have played the race card and called 911.
Yes.
Just leash your dog and get out of there. But he didn't have to post it on the internet and ruin her life. And apparently he was like trying to lure the dog with Scooby snacks to like teach her a lesson or something like that. I think they should have a beer summit and just shut up about this.
I disagree. Katie, I think that he did the right thing. He had to post it because she was going to, she could have framed him. And also, he actually kind of forgave her because he knows her life is getting ruined. I mean, I got to give him credit.
Well, we should all be more like him. I think her behavior was absolutely disgusting. She was the one who was breaking the rules. And in general, I hate when people who break the rules and you say something to them, then they act like you're the problem. And that's exactly what she did here. But then she upped the ante by being racist about it and calling the police, even though she was the one who was in the wrong. And it was obvious because there were signs posted everywhere. So it's unfortunate that she has faced consequences for this, but her behavior in this situation, and as you said, she could have said a whole lot of things about what was going on. He wasn't threatening her. He was just saying, hey, could you put your dog on a leash and follow the rules?
Yeah, you know, Donna, so here's the big question in my mind. She did an awful thing. She's lost her job and her dog and her reputation. Does she just, if she's not given a second chance after an apology, then what can she do? Aren't we there to give second chances?
Well, look, I think Mr. Cooper has been quite gracious. He reminded me of the folks at Mother Emanuel who forgave the man who came in and shot and killed, 9 people. So there's no question that, yes, you can forgive. That is written. That is something that we all believe, as many of us who are Christian, that you forgive. But here's the biggest story. We do live in an extraordinary time and moment. And when she, called 911 with that voice, an African-American man, maybe we should just remind her that so many African-American men and women have been murdered and killed simply because they exist. So I hope people learn something from this and that we're not talking about it 2-3 days from now. And no, we should not threaten her life. And no, she should be able to say, I'm sorry, and get back to work at some point.
Dana, his name is Christian, so he could do something very Christian. Well, I bet you were disgusted by the way the dog was handled.
Well, I think that here's what I would say to all dog owners. I know it's tempting, and I've done it too. You let your dog off the leash because you want to let them have some freedom. If she had just put the dog on the leash, she wouldn't have been holding it by the collar. She could have walked away. She would still have her job. She would still have her dog. And now the dog doesn't have his mom either, so it's a terrible situation all around.